the admonition and the address, we want to get the final one, which is from our father. I don't call him father, I call him great-grandfather. You know, when you've given birth and you've given so many, you are person of the Doyen of Taxation. But before I call him, let me, so you won't stand up. Guys, once I read this profile, you move this thing there. Otherwise, I won't pay your balance. You know, they've given me the money. Does only approve me. But let me just quickly roll the profile of the Doyen of Taxation. Mr. D.A. Olorunleke is presently the chairman, principal partner of Tax Consultants and Business Services, tax consultancy and advisory firm. He was a commissioner of Revenue in Kwara State and also a permanent secretary in the State Ministry of Finance and other ministry from 1971 to 1978. He became the chairman of Federal Board of Inland Revenue, FBIR, now FIRS, in 1978 to 1992. He was the pioneer president of the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria from 1982 to 1995. With his experience in tax administration, he joined hands with other professionals in law, economics, and accounting to establish a taxation institute to promote and ensure professionalism in the practice and administration of taxation in Nigeria, which culminated into establishment of CITN by charter in 1982. Mr. Olorunleke also served as the permanent secretary for Federal Ministry of Finance from 1992 to 1994. He was also the chairman board of directors of Universal Trust Bank between 2001 and 2003, and also served as member of board of director FRS from 2007 to 2012. Please, with a round of applause and a standing ovation, please let me give the mic to the Doyen of Taxation, the person of Mr. David Olorunleke.
And I had one occasion to talk to him, and that particular occasion was as if I have known him for 10 years. We talked everything about taxation, and he actually brought me back to my early days in taxation, as if I was just learning taxation once again. But I found him almost with the passion he had, the drive he has shown to me. I felt that Lagos and District Society must be lucky to have this chairman. And the CITN also must be very lucky to have such a person in our institute. I feel very proud of him, and I feel that he has the appropriate drive to move this district forward. And I pray that during his tenure, you will witness a lot of good things in this district. The Lagos and District Society has always been up there in front whenever we had our annual tax conference. I will ever remember that they are always the first in the hospitality night. Whenever there is a hospitality night, if Lagos State is not there, the whole thing looks very dull. But they are always there, and they will always take the first. I hope they continue to do so. I sincerely want to be where people who are knowledgeable about taxation are. And especially today, it was my privilege to have the opportunity of being here, talking to people who are also in taxation. The lecturer, the professor who gave us a small talk, talked so much about the professionalism that we must have as professionals. In taxation, it is more than other professions. The question of integrity is no doubt. If you have no integrity, there is no need to be in taxation, not to talk of being a practitioner. I was on the other side for so many years, that is the side of being a tax authority. There are two sides to the coin, or three. The tax authority on one side, the tax practitioner on the other, and the taxpayer is the third. All of us must be in synergy, as the Lagos State Chairman has just said. We are all in one practice, trying to get taxes from people. And what are these taxes meant to be for? It's for the running of the government. And who is the government? We, through our representatives, are the government. And if we send our representative forward to go and manage our affairs on our behalf, we have to give them money to manage it. If you don't give them money, you can't expect anything. So I always preach in taxation that you must be efficient, you must be knowledgeable, you must have the integrity. The tax we pay, even though it's painful to pay tax, but we must not hate it. We can't afford to hate taxation. Everybody has to participate. My own philosophy is that no single person should be left out from paying tax. All these exemptions and so on is not in my own dictionary. Whether you like it or not, if you are a contributor to taxation, that qualifies you as a citizen. If you are not paying anything, and you are capable of paying, and you are not paying, you are not fit to be a citizen. This is my own philosophy. But let us talk about what taxation is supposed to be. As a matter of fact, if you claim to be a practitioner, or you claim to be a member of the Chartered Institute of Taxation, you must be ready to fulfill the primary objectives of the institute, which are, first of all, to help spread the gospel of taxation. Everybody must be knowledgeable, a little bit, as much as possible, about taxation. If you don't know about it, you find it difficult to pay it. And therefore, it is the responsibility of all of us who are members, who are here, to help others to understand taxation. When you are talking to any taxpayer, try and explain to him why he should be paying tax. Not to teach him how to dodge tax. You are supposed to tell him exactly why he should pay the correct tax. Nothing less, nothing more. Like the professor was saying, your integrity starts by telling your client whether he should dodge or he should not. And that is what is required of any tax practitioner. Your duty is not to teach him how to dodge. It's to teach him the knowledge of taxation and how to pay the correct tax. Nothing more, nothing less. If the tax authority is trying to cheat him or her, then it is your responsibility to defend him. But if you or he, as your client, is trying to cheat the authority, it is your responsibility to talk to him that this is not how to go about it. The chairman earlier on, the chairman of this occasion, earlier on said that tax evasion is illegal, tax avoidance is legitimate and is permissible. You can teach him the avoidance principles, but not the evasion principles. And I beg any member of CITN who claims to be a practitioner must show these attributes and ensure that we collaborate with the tax authorities as well as the taxpayer. That is why I said the three of us must be in synergy. We must explain, the tax authority also must explain to us why they are taxing us and on the principle on which they are taxing us. You don't just fling your authority and say I should go and pay so much without letting me know how you arrive at the liability you are asking me to do. On the other hand, the tax practitioner is supposed to understand what the tax authority is saying and be able to lecture his taxpayer as to how to pay and what is paying. And then, of course, the taxpayer, in obedience, in accordance with the law, goes ahead to pay what is entitled to pay. These are the things that we must observe in tax practice. Finally, gentlemen, I don't want to teach you taxation all over again. I'm sure many of us who are chartered or fellow members of the institute are here with me, and you are sure, and you actually know exactly what I'm talking about. So I don't have to teach you all these things. I like to say that it is my pleasure that anywhere 2 or 3 or 4 people are gathered in the name of taxation, it is my pleasure to be there. So, Dr. Yemi, it's my pleasure to be there with you. And I thank you. I wish you a successful tenure, and I wish Lagos State District a successful engagement with you. Thank you very much.
Please, let's jam it together once again for our Doyen.